Kevin and Eric, it seemed like in some ways a tough night in terms of bad luck for the defensemen and a few tough plays as well. The puck going off a stick in the first goal, and you're trying to pinch, I think, on one play too. How do you feel about how the defensive core played tonight?
Well, I think as a whole we played pretty well. We blocked a lot of shots in front, took away a lot of their second chances. Like you said, we had a couple bad breaks there. One going off Sean, and then my pinch was just a bad read. And like Coach said, we both teams made mistakes, and they capitalized on ours. So I think if you take those out of the game, our defensive core played pretty well, and did a good job cleaning out in front of the net.
For other players, Jim Conley from U.S. College Hockey Online. When you're BU in this tournament, the dominance, you're down 4-1. I assume there's probably never a time that it sets in, we can't win this game. Was that the kind of the feeling on the bench the whole way?
No, we have, especially today, we have a lot of confidence in each other. There was no point where I thought we were hopeless. We had no chance to come back and win. Like I said, Coach said we worked hard all game on a couple of bad bounces, but Nick gets the puck up at the end, that goal's in. Just a couple of bad bounces here and there, drops didn't go our way. So it was kind of a game of luck towards the end there. So we didn't get theirs, or they got theirs in, we didn't get ours, and that's the beauty of hockey, I guess. So.
Coming behind you.
This is Brian O'Connor, Boston Globe, for either Eric or Kevin. Obviously, a big draw for guys like you at BU is to play in the Beanpot, and for freshmen, it's a pretty big stage. What do you guys tell someone like Sean and Max, who just had some bad breaks today, going forward?
Well, I think that could easily have happened to any one of us on the ice, and when it happens to a freshman, it's tough because it can really shatter their confidence. But I think they rebounded really well, and I think they realized that that rarely happens, and it hasn't really happened to them much this year. So I think it was a little bit easier for them to kind of move on, and I think a lot of our older guys just did a great job of keeping them going forward, and just helping them forget about it and get ready for their next shift.
Last question for the players before we let them go. Andy, right now.
Andy Merritt, New England Hockey Journal. You guys have seen Hughes at his best when he was a freshman, not as much at his best last year when he was dealing with the injury, and now you see him again tonight playing a pretty solid game. Is there a noticeable difference between the way he's played before and tonight, something that you could pick up?
Well, he played really well tonight. Both goaltenders played well. I thought Kieran had a heck of a night. A couple of pad bounces. But he's played really well. It's just this year. It's definitely noticed a difference from last year to this year. And hats off to him. He played real well tonight. So it's always nice. It's always a challenge to play against a goaltender who's on top of his game like this.
We got one last question right down here.
Scott Ball from Daily Free Press. Kevin, Coach mentioned that you guys kind of let it get out of hand in the second. Why do you think that was?
I think just with the atmosphere, and I think we kind of got caught up a little bit in what happened out there with some of the refereeing. But that's kind of our fault as players not to move on from that, and it's just a matter of controlling your emotions, and it was just a tough period that we kind of let some distractions get in our way, and going into the third period, I think we kind of rebounded from that and realized it really wasn't worth getting involved in. So we just have to move on from there and learn our lesson.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Good luck the rest of